This pandemic has been an emotional roller coaster for everyone. From quarantine to graduating online to Zoom calls with my friends. Life is slowly returning to normal, but this pandemic is far from over. As Maryland moves into phase 2 of reopening, I'd like to take some time to remind people of the severity of this pandemic and to spread knowledge on safety. You may be thinking to yourself, everything is fine, or I can finally get my nails done or hoop with my friends. But you, me, your friends, and your family are still at high risk of getting this deadly disease. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, better known as the CDC, COVID-19 has infected 2,016,027 people, with 113,914 of those cases leading to fatal deaths. Knowing how to prevent cross-contamination can not only help to slow the spread of COVID-19, but it can also help to save your life, my life, or anyone else that you care about's life. In this speech, I'll cover what COVID-19 is and how it affects you, how to use personal protective equipment, and covering what is reopening in Maryland. To start, let's gain an understanding of what we're dealing with. COVID-19 is a respiratory disease. It also is a coronavirus. There are many types of coronavirus, but this one is specific. According to Lauren Soar, Director of Operations with the Johns Hopkins Office of Critical Event Preparedness and Response, the symptoms of COVID-19 include cough, fever, shortness of breath, muscle aches, sore throat, unexplained loss of taste and smell, diarrhea, and headache. With such severe symptoms, we've had to be in the house for the last 3 months. But when we go back out in public, we'll still need ways to protect ourselves. Masks and gloves are convenient ways to slow the spread of cross-contamination. Here, I have a mask myself, and I'll show you how to use it properly to put it on. Here, the strings go over your ears, and the mask itself should cover your nose and your mouth. When done with the mask, dispose of it. Never reuse a mask like this. Get a fabric mask that you can put in the washing machine, and then you can reuse it. Also, when using gloves, beware of what you touch. Touch something with a glove, and then touching an item you're using is counterproductive. When using gloves, complete the task you're doing and then dispose of them. In addition, you should wash your hands as soon as you get home and don't touch your face. Thankfully, people have honored the quarantine enough that Governor Larry Hogan has approved phase 2 of Maryland's recovery plan. If you go to maryland.gov, you can see the updates on the coronavirus in Maryland. The positivity rate has dropped down to 9.5%, and hospitalizations are at the lowest point they've been all pandemic. With that being said, the governor has approved all personal services, barbershops, hair salons, car washes, non-essential businesses, religious institutions, Howard County parks, to open. This may seem promising, but we still have a problem to tackle as a country. It's important to remember that someone that has COVID-19 can be asymptomatic. While you may not see physical symptoms, they can still have the disease and spread it. This is why it's important to take the necessary steps to help prevent the disease beforehand. Sorry about that. As this speech comes to an end, remember COVID-19 is a respiratory disease and has affected millions. Make sure you use your PPE correctly. And as things slowly open up, take care of yourself. COVID-19 is still very serious, and we need to do everything we can to prevent it. If you're still quarantining, try to think of ways to customize your mask or gloves. We all have a role to play to get over this pandemic and back to normal life. So let's help each other out. Thank you for listening, and be safe. Please.